Okay, looks like I'm live. Slide. Oops. Okay, let's mute myself. And I'm going to give it a second for this to show up live in people's feeds to make sure everything's working. Let's just give it another few seconds. And now I see a comment. Hello, Shirley. I always feel this sense of relief when I see the first comment pop up because then I know things are working as they should for now. So good evening and welcome to Crafting Happy Hour on Wednesday evenings. I'm Zara Premji. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Markham, Ontario, Canada. And every Wednesday around 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I hop on to do a live paper crafting tutorial. And I always love to share a project idea or two, maybe a new technique, maybe a new fun fold, which is what we'll be doing today. And really just my purpose and my hope is always to share paper crafting ideas and inspiration and help you believe that you can do this yourself because it's so fun and so therapeutic and such an amazing outlet. And so I will be sharing a really cute fun fold with you. So normally I make just simple cards that fold open and close, like that's basically it. And today I'm going to be doing a fun fold called a double box step fold card, and it sounds way more complicated than it actually is, and I'm here to show you that it's super easy. So let's say hello to some friends. Hello Keisha, hello Janice, hello Shirley. Shirley says I look so bright and happy. Hello Betty, thank you for joining. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday so far and a good week so far. I always get really excited when I know we are like 2 days away from the weekend. So hello, Heather and Margaret. Thanks everybody for joining. If you're watching live, I always love to see the comments below. And of course, if you're watching the replay, please do let us know. And of course, if you're watching for the first time, I definitely want to know that as well. And thank you so much for watching. So I have a couple of really important announcements to share with you. And then we are going to get started with some paper crafting and we're going to have some fun. So the first thing that I want to share with you is today, if you're watching this Wednesday, December 8th, today is free shipping with Stampin' Up! Is offering free shipping on all orders of $65 Canadian or more. So normally a $65 order would cost you $9.95 shipping plus tax on the shipping. And so for today only, so until about 2 a.m. tonight, you can get free shipping. So you can save at least $10, maybe more, on your order. And again, that's with any order of $65 or more. So free shipping is amazing. It's kind of like spotting a unicorn. It's not something that happens very often. And so when it does, we all want to take advantage because who doesn't want to get crafting supplies for cheaper, right? So free shipping is today. And if you place an order in my online store, you are going to get first of all, free shipping on your order. You will get a tutorial bundle from me. This is I am part of the All-Star Tutorial Bundle design team. And so every month we put together a PDF and video tutorial bundle. So you'll actually get 12 video tutorials featuring the Bloom Where You're Planted suite from the annual catalog. This is probably one of my most favorite suites, which is kind of funny because I can't keep plants alive. And maybe that's actually why, because I can play with paper plants and have lots of fun and make pretty cards with them. So you will get that for free. You will also get a free gift from me. So about a value of $10, you'll get a packet of gems. And then you'll also get a free, not free, you'll get a hand stamped card in the mail from me, okay? So just some added kind of perks and incentives if you do shop with me, which I really appreciate and I'm grateful for. Okay, so that's announcement number 1 and 2. So free shipping and then free gifts. Announcement number 3 is that I have opened up registration registration has been open for a while, but I'm announcing that registration is open for my January stamp camp. So for those of you that aren't familiar with what Stamp Camp is, I do them 3 times a year. Every time Stampin' Up! Releases a new catalog, I do a Stamp Camp. And I am partnering with my friend Jamie Babarzi in upstate New York, and we are putting together an amazing event for you where we will be making 10 different projects, so 10 different cards featuring product from the new catalog. Connected, so we'll see if everything stays where it's supposed to be. So Stamp Camp, like I said, is an amazing event. It's kind of an all day, so 10:30 to about 5 o'clock ish. It's going to be on Saturday, January 22nd. And your registration includes materials to make 10 different projects. You will get a product goodie bag of about $40 Canadian. You will get 2 pillow gifts. You will have a chance at winning one of many prizes. We have prize patrol. We have product demonstrations. It literally is like what you would imagine a stamp camp to be. So it's like a day camp with all lots and lots of stamping inspiration. So that is going to be happening on January 22nd. If you go to my link, zarapremji.com, and I posted that in the description, you will see a link there for Stamp Camp with myself and Jamie. If you are in the US and you'd like to register, I will have a link in that link that you can register with Jamie. And of course, if you're in Canada, then you can register with me, and I'm shipping anywhere in Canada. So you can check out all the information and the options at the link, and let me know if you have any questions. And I'm really, really excited to stamp with many of you. Some of you I know are already registered for it, so it should be a really fun event. So I guess without further ado, I'm going to flip the camera down and I'm going to show you what we're going to be crafting. Shirley, you had to go there and ask about my orchid. My orchid is no longer with us. I'm sorry to say. I can't keep plants alive. I need like the most low maintenance plant. So if any of you have a green thumb and keep plants at home, I've heard a snake plant is very low maintenance. I think I might actually dabble in that a little bit because I do want plants in my house, but I just need ones that are really, really low maintenance. So if you guys have any suggestions, please do share. Hello, Laurel. Hello, Maureen. Yes, free shipping is awesome. Okay, so I am going to flip the camera down and then we're going to get started with our project today. Hang on, let me find my post-it tape, make sure everything is positioned correctly, and we will get started. Okay, so look away for a second while I flip this down. Okay, this always happens for some reason, even when I check it before the live. Okay. Hello, Jamie. Were your ears burning? We were just talking about you. We're talking about Stamp Camp. Okay, I gotta weight down my camera stand because it's going to tip over. There we go. All right. Okay, so couple of things. I mentioned the Bloom Where You're Planted tutorial bundle. So if you place an order of $50 or more for the month of December, you will get this tutorial bundle emailed to you. There's a link that you can access the PDF and 12 different video tutorials. So I'm in this tutorial bundle group with some amazingly talented demonstrators from all over the world. We've got Erica Serwin in the US, Kylie Bertucci in Australia. We've got Michaela Titheridge from UK. We've got a whole bunch of just amazing lineup of talented crafters, and each of us have created a project featuring the Bloom Where You're Planted. And so you will get all the video tutorials that show you step by step how to make the projects as a free gift from me for the month of December. And like I said, there's free shipping today. So if you are looking to save more money, then today would be a good day to place your orders. So you can just go to this link here, zarapremji.com, and if you use this host code, you will get all of the other goodies that I had talked about. So the next piece that I just really quickly want to share with you is that we have our mini catalog and celebration going live on January 4th. My catalogs are still sitting in Utah as we speak, but if you would like one mailed to you when they finally do arrive to me, then please let me know and I will get a catalog in the mail to you as well as a celebration brochure. Are you guys ready to see what we're making? So I told you we were going to be doing a fun fold card. It's called a double box step fold card, I think. There might be other names for this. I know that people come up with their own names for the fun folds, but the one I'm going to show you, the one I'm going to show you first is not the one I'm making. I had done this one for a blog hop with that all-star tutorial design team, and this is featuring the Bloom Where You're Planted. So I just want to show you how fun this card is, and it might look, I mean, maybe some of you have made this before, but if you haven't, this might look a little bit complicated, but it really isn't. So what I love about this card is that it is the size of a standard card. So it actually fits into a regular medium-sized envelope. And then when you open it, it's like a pop-up card, and you can do any sort of fun, scene that you want on the card. I loved the brick wall paper from the Bloom Where You're Planted, and I thought that it kind of created like almost like a wall effect with a shelf, right? So it looks like you've got a shelf here with the plants on it. The other thing that I love about this fold is that it actually stands. So once your recipient gets it, they can actually put it on display, and it's kind of like a little piece of artwork. Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining. Hello, Gail. Thank you for joining. Thanks for being here, everyone. Okay, I said I was going to tape down my grid paper because otherwise it goes all wonky in the screen. So that is the fun fold, okay? But I'm not going to be making the card with these products. I'm actually going to be using some new Celebration products. So are you ready for this? Feast your eyes on this. This is my favorite Celebration product. So because I'm a demonstrator, I get to order product early. And when Celebration is happening, we get to earn products for free a month before. So anybody that's purchased the starter kit and is in active status will get to order this month. So that it's not too late to take advantage of that. If you want to purchase the starter kit, you too can pre-order from the new catalog and get some new Celebration products. So tell me in the comments, what do you think of this card? Isn't it so cute? So I'm going to be making one that's similar, but I'm going to change up the colors a little bit, and you'll get to see a different sample of this designer series paper. So let's talk for a second about these products. These two together are one free Celebration item. They're considered what we call a level 2. So Celebration is when you get to pick an item for free with every $60 order. And then we have some level 2 items where if your order is over $120, you will be able to get sort of a bigger, more beefed up product. So this stamp set is called Friendly Hello. It's a 13 stamp set. So there's 13 photopolymer stamps in here. And they're actually gorgeous stamps, and they've got a really nice combination of images and sentiments. And then we've got this amazing paper, which is just my favorite, and it's called Friendly Hello as well. And I'm just going to show you some of the patterns in here. You can tell I've already cut into this, and we'll be using some of it on the project tonight. Oh, I'm glad that you like the card, Margaret Ann. It's a really fun color scheme, and it's a really fun layout. So and I'm hoping to prove to you all that it's very easy to make. So that's the one side, and then let's flip it over and then look at all of these fun patterns on the other side. Lots of fun and bright colors. I know we are all kind of getting ready for Christmas, but as soon as that's done, we're going to be looking forward to spring. And so the colors in this paper just scream spring to me. So let's get started with the card. So to make this card, you will need a few different items. So you will need your cardstock. You need 2 pieces of cardstock to form the foundation of your card. One of them will measure 4 1/4 by 10 1/2 inches. So it's just a little bit shorter than a standard card layer. And then you are going to need one that measures 5 3/4 by 3 inches. Okay. And then we're going to score them, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Trimmer to score. So if you have this scoring tool, you can use that, and if not, you can just use your Stampin' Trimmer. This will do all of the cutting and scoring for you. Okay, so to do the scoring, I want to score it 1/2 inch, and when I'm scoring a 1/2 inch, I find it easier to have the shorter edge on the right side of the arm. So I'm going to score it 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to score at 1 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5 inches. Okay, so I've got that done here. So that's the first part. And then we've got another piece that I said measures 3 by 5 3/4. We're going to score it again at 1/2 inch. So remember, I like to put the short edge on the right side of the track. Just when I'm doing any measurement less than an inch, I find it easier to do it this way. So 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to flip it around and go to 1 3/4 inches. Okay, so that's all you need your trimmer for. And I've already cut my designer series paper. And so let's start to assemble this so that you can see kind of how it comes together. So I'm going to have this as the front side of my card, and I'm going to grab my bone folder. Hello, Carol. So Janice is saying the paper is beautiful. I have a pack of this as well. Lovely card. Can't wait to see how to make it. Yeah, it's super easy. I say this all the time. I really would probably describe myself as a simple stamper. So I don't tend to do kind of elaborate cards with so many layers or too many fancy techniques. Although if you're a beginner stamper, you might think otherwise when you watch what I'm doing. But I do find that once in a while when I find an easy fun fold card, then I like to replicate that. So this one is an easy one. And again, you can do it with just one sheet of designer series paper. So before I start to assemble the card, I'm going to start to put on my designer series paper because I need this part to be affixed to the card before I actually stick this part down, okay? So I'm just going to use my liquid glue for this. And let's see if the liquid glue wants to come out. It's like Murphy's Law. Every time I do a Facebook Live, my liquid glue decides to stop working. Let's see if we can get this going, and if not, I'll open a new one. Okay, hold on. I see it. I see it. Okay, it's coming out a little bit, which is probably just as well because I don't want a big gluey mess everywhere. I'm sure that this is all going to just at one point squirt out and just go everywhere. Okay. Let's see if this is enough glue to stick it down. So I'm just going to line that up. Did I do this wrong? I feel like I did this wrong. It appears, I don't know, hold on, we'll see. Right? I've done something wrong here, friends. Either I've cut my designer series paper too short or I've done something wrong with the scoring. Okay, 5 1/4. This should be 5 1/2. What did I do here? Oh, I know what I did. Okay, remember how I said you were supposed to cut 1/2 inch off that piece of paper? Well, I might have forgotten to do that. So let me just grab another piece. Pretend that didn't happen, okay? We're starting again. We're going with 4 1/4 by 10 1/2. So I'm cutting off 1/2 inch first. Oh, goodness. It's been a day. Okay. So now I'm going to score 1/2 inch, 1 3/4. We're now back to our regularly scheduled programming. 3 3/4, 5. So do as I say, not as I do. We're going to need some more designer series paper. Let's see here. I really like that striped one, so I'm going to use that again. My apologies, friends. Hello, Deborah. You missed all the excitement. You haven't missed much because I'm basically starting from scratch. So I'm doing this 4 inches by 5 1/4. All right. I think this should work better now. And we're going to fold on the score lines. See, now, if you ever go to make this card, you'll never forget to cut off that 1/2 inch. So you're all welcome. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if our liquid glue wants to come out now. There we go. The stars are all aligning now. So I'm just sticking down this paper onto my card. Okay. There we go. So we've got that. And then I'm going to take this piece here. So I'm just using 2 coordinating pieces from the Designer Series paper pack. And because this one here is quite bold, I just decided to go with one that's a little bit more subtle and stick that down onto here. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to use my tear and tape. So I do think that tear and tape or Stampin' Seal Plus would be a good adhesive for this one because you want everything to stay intact. You could even use liquid glue, I suppose, but I like the tear and tape. So I'm just going to put some tear and tape on this small segment here. And then I'm going to just fold. So you're just going to fold over this score line here, peel off the backing. Okay. And then you just want to set that down. Okay. And you basically just want to create this type of a look here. Okay. So a little rectangle at the bottom. And that's the base of the card. Okay. The next part we're going to do is we are going to look for Zara's bone folder. There we go. And we're going to then just get this ready to go. Now I'm not going to stick this down yet because I want to actually decorate it. Okay. So I'm going to take I've got a piece of basic white and I've used the new Hive 3D embossing folder. This is my favorite embossing folder in the new catalog. And I'm just going to add a little bit of the ink splatter to it. So I'm just taking my black Stampin' Write marker. Now our Stampin' Write markers generally are sold as bundles. So you can't purchase them individually with the exception of black. Okay, so you can actually purchase the black one separately, and I use my black one all the time, especially for that splatter effect. Can you still all hear me? If you could just confirm that you can still hear me, because I heard my AirPods disconnect again. All right. Hello, Gail. Okay, Deborah's really liking the striped DSP. Betty, oh, you're so sweet. Betty says, you're too funny. I love you. I love that you don't get too frazzled. Just laugh and carry on. Yeah, you know what? I feel like that's all we can do, right? Like, can't take life too seriously. And as long as you guys are okay with me being perfectly imperfect, then I will continue doing these Facebook Lives and letting you see the real messy me. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just putting some tear and tape there and tear and tape here.
Translate into which language?
And now Siri is talking to me. Hold on.
I'm here.
So now this piece is going to actually get stuck down onto here, okay? Just so that you can see how this goes. And in fact, we can do that right now. So I'm going to, hang on. Am I doing this right? I gotta look at my other one. Yes, okay. So I'm peeling off these strips. If you do decide to make this, please come back to watch the video because the only thing that I would say can get a little tricky is figuring out how to kind of assemble everything. Okay, so come back to the video. So all I've done here is I've folded over this piece here, and then I'm lining up this edge with just under the top of the card. Okay, so I'm just sticking that down. And I'm just kind of eyeballing to see that I've got it fairly centered. And I'm just going to stick that down and I'm going to put that here like that. Okay, so you can see that we've now got the frame of our card. If you're off by, an 1/8 of an inch or a millimeter here or there, it's not going to make a big deal. It's not going to make a huge difference to your card. It's still going to, the structure will still be more or less the same. Okay, so that is the structure of the card. And now we're going to decorate. Hello, Donna from Florida. Okay, I'm glad you guys can all hear me because my AirPods have been a little bit finicky as of late. Okay, so you could again simplify the decorating part of this. I decided I was going to stamp this image and color it and fussy cut it. So put your feet up because we're going to be here for a little while. So I'm just stamping this in my Memento Black. And while I wait for that to dry, I'm going to heat emboss my sentiment. And I'm going to do that in white embossing powder. Again, if you don't have, the embossing tools, you can keep it really simple and just stamp on a white piece of cardstock. Hello, Angela. I'm glad that you love this. I love it too. And the colors are completely my jam. I love these. I love Pool Party. I love Fresh Freesia. I love all of it. There's Petal Pink in here. I mean, could you put together a more beautiful color combination? I don't think so. So I'm using the sentiment that says, hope you have the best birthday. And I have just pre-cut this stitched so sweetly scalloped rectangle. And I'm going to heat emboss this in a moment. I'm just going to pour some of my emboss powder over the sentiment piece. How many of you are heat embossing fans out there? Tell me in the comments below, do you love heat embossing or do you hate it or do you not know how to do it? I'm interested in everyone's take on heat embossing. And don't be shy to tell me if you don't know how to do it because then I can do another tutorial where I kind of walk through it a little bit more slowly and I can actually teach. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, Darlene. I'm glad that you love this fancy fold, this fun fold, this easy fun fold. Okay, here we go. We're going to heat emboss. Pardon the hair dryer sounding tool. Oh, I'm going to burn my fingers here. Okay, one little spot left. Okay, just going to stop and read some of the comments. So a couple of people are saying they don't do it often enough, but they love it. Oh yeah, some people forget to do it. Okay, so can I tell you my tip? Because I was finding the same problem. One of the things that I found made it easier for me was transferring my emboss powders to these containers or any sort of, Tupperware or small kind of snack containers. The other thing that I did that I think was kind of the biggest difference maker was I started putting these in the drawer next to me. So I have my shelf behind me and I just was never going over to that shelf to grab what I needed for heat embossing. And then when I moved it to the drawer right next to me, it just became so much more accessible for me that I started doing it more often. In fact, I probably do it like, I don't know, for every 10 projects, I probably heat emboss at least 5 of them. So, yeah, so try that. Keep it kind of close to you. And my heat tool stays plugged in on my desk. And I really think that that's made a huge difference for me. So try that because it's a really fun thing to do with your sentiments, and it allows you to stamp on a darker colored label. So like if you want, sorry, the little tip is coming out. If you want to use a colored cardstock for your sentiment, then I find when you heat emboss, you can put, other colors on it so it shows up more. So I don't know if that tip helps, but that's what I do. All right, so we are now on to coloring the bird. And I'm going to add a little bit of the dark. So I just want to add some shading here. And then I feel like it's a little too dark in the middle. So I'm just going to blend these out a little bit. And then you can go over it with your color eraser just to add, just to kind of take out some of the color and just give it a little bit more depth. Okay, so that's done. And now I'm going to go in and color in the flowers with the Fresh Freesia blends. Oh, hello, Sonia. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate when you share the videos, my friends. So if you do think you have friends that might enjoy some crafting inspiration and some chatter or just some connection and entertainment, then please do share the videos. It means a lot to me. Okay, so now I'm just going in with the Fresh Freesia Stampin' Blend. Started with the dark and I'm going to go in with the light and just kind of blend that out a little bit. I find Fresh Freesia to be just such a pretty, pretty purple. It's just such a gorgeous color, and it works so nicely with all of our subtles and some of our new in color greens, so soft succulent and evening evergreen. I feel like the Fresh Freesia goes really nicely with those. So I am just going to finish coloring this. I apologize. This one is going to take a little longer because I'm actually going to fussy cut it too. It was literally like everything that I could do to make this card take a little longer, I decided to add today. Clearly, I wanted to hang out with you guys for longer. So now I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green. So I talked at the beginning about how I like to make really simple cards. This, I would say, is maybe not the most simple, but it's doable. Anybody can do it. It just might take you a little bit longer the way that I've done it. Whoops. So while we're doing this, I'm going to do a little bit of chatter. We've had, considering it's only Wednesday, we've had a fairly eventful week. On Monday, I was finding it a little cold in the house, and so I turned up the heat and then continued to find it cold. Kept turning up the heat to the point where I think had it up to like 24.5 degrees, and the house was still really cold. And I said to my husband, I feel like the furnace is not turning on. And so anyway, he went to check it downstairs, and of course, the furnace was not working. It wasn't turning on. And it's funny, the temperature had just dropped around, I think like on Monday. And so it was actually a really cold night. And we had our fireplace going, and my daughter has a spot heater in her room because her room is right above the garage and tends to be really cold, but it was still really, really cold. So anyway, we had someone come to take a look at the furnace yesterday, and then of course it was like we needed a part, and it was like the most expensive repair you could possibly have to do on the furnace. um, and then so then they had to order the part, so there was a good chance that it wasn't going to get fixed yesterday and that they would have had to come today. So we were making arrangements for my daughter to go sleep at my parents' house because they live pretty close, and we just didn't want her to be cold again in her room. And then at 5 o'clock p.m., the doorbell rings, and I ran to the door thinking it was my Stampin' Up shipment because I'm waiting for my pre-order, which is late. Um, and it was the part for the furnace. So I called Reliance and said, "Our part's here. Do you think there's any chance someone might be able to come and fix it?" And so they said, "Well, all our technicians are out now, and we may not be able to get you in, but I'll put your name on the list, and then if someone can come, they'll call you." So luckily somebody called us at 5:30, and he came over and fixed it. So we had heat last night, which was super exciting. So a little eventful. And then today we woke up and my daughter had a fever, and you know what that means in these times. It means no school and COVID test. So I took her for a COVID test today, and she didn't love it. I don't know if any of you have been able to not have a COVID test done. They're not pleasant. She was not happy. So we're just waiting for the results for that. She just has a like a low grade fever. I haven't looked at comments for a while because I had to focus on my fussy cutting. So I apologize if I've missed anything. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad that you enjoy watching me create. Results soon. Okay, so I am sticking down my sentiment here that says, hope you have the best birthday. Oh, goodness. Hang on. My AirPods disconnected again. I think I need to disconnect them from my computer so that they don't randomly connect to it during a live. So I'm hoping you can all hear me. If you can't, let me know and I will fix something. Okay, so I've just fussy cut this little bird and the flowers and I'm sticking it down here. I'm sorry for all the technical challenges we seem to be having lately. Okay, so then I'm gonna just take my, we're gonna find my Take Your Pick tool and I'm going to use the classic matte dots. These are another new product that are coming out in our January to June mini catalog. Hello, Dawn. Oh, I know exactly what you mean about quitting your job and crafting all day. I feel you, especially because, you know, when we have new products coming out, I just look at them longingly and just want to play. So I will be designing though for Stamp Camp soon, and so I'm super excited for that. And for those of you that missed the beginning of the live, if you want more details on Stamp Camp, just go to my link, zarapremji.com. Actually, I'm going to put a small one down here. Go to zarapremji.com and you can find the details and a link to register. I'm partnering with my friend Jamie Babarzi, and we are going to put together an amazing event for you, which you will not want to miss. I promise you. Some of you have done mine and Jamie's events before, and I think people tend to enjoy them. All right, so there is my card, or both my cards. So, you know, I'm going to ask, tell me in the comments, which one do you like better? Do we like the fresh freesia or do we like the pool party? I want to know what you think and what you love, which color speaks to you. And then in a second, I'll pull back the other card that I made, which was the inspiration for this layout. Rhonda's loving the fresh freesia. Who else loves the fresh freesia? Oh, looks like Deborah likes the fresh freesia. Pool party pops a little more. Yeah. Cannot pick a favorite as you love both. I know some of us are just so non-committal, right? It's like choosing a favorite child. Oh, okay. So it's pretty evenly divided between the fresh freesia and pool party. Hello, Colleen. Hello, Deborah. Pool party is her fave. Okay. All right. Carolyn loves both. Well, I'm glad that you guys like them. I mean, that's a good sign, right? If both of them are nice and you like both. So I'll show you the original card. And this is on a blog. I did a blog post on this one today. And on that, I also have the measurements there. So if you'd like, you can go check out my blog. And again, you can grab that link from zarapremji.com. There's some different tabs there that you can click on. And there's one for my blog. So almost all of the products used today, not the celebration stuff, is available from my online store. And just as a reminder, we have free shipping for today only, Wednesday, December 8th. If your order is $65 or more, you're going to get free shipping. You will also get a tutorial bundle from me featuring this Bloom Where You're Planted suite, and you will get a free gift and a thank you card. So I'm just looking at the comments to see if there's anything I've missed. We've got two Carol Ann's here. How cool.
I love to see all the connections being made in the comments here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and I do hope that you'll give it a try. It is, I promise you, much easier than I probably made it look tonight. Measurements are on my blog post. You'll see this card there. And please join me again on Sunday morning for Coffee and a Card at 10 a.m. Eastern. And if there's anything I can help you with, or you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I hope you all have a great evening and a great rest of the week, and we will see you all real soon. Bye for now.